Imagine Athens in 399 BCE, a city teetering on the edge of chaos, where the trial of one man would challenge the very ideals of freedom and philosophy. The Parthenon, still gleaming in the Athenian sun, oversaw a populace divided by war and politics. The streets, once bustling with the laughter of philosophers and poets, now echoed with whispers of betrayal and fear. As the cicadas hummed, the city held its breath for the trial of Socrates, a man whose ideas threatened the fragile balance of a society in turmoil. Why did the intellectual heart of the ancient world condemn one of its greatest thinkers, Socrates, to death? The courtroom was not a grand hall, but a simple, open space in the Agora, where the air was thick with anticipation. The scent of olives and dust mingled as citizens gathered, their faces a tapestry of curiosity and apprehension. In a city famed for its commitment to dialogue and reason, the decision to prosecute Socrates signaled a profound crisis of confidence in its own values. Socrates, renowned for his relentless pursuit of truth through questioning, faced charges of corrupting the youth and impiety. His accusers, led by Miletus, Anytus, and Lycon, painted him as a dangerous figure, one who sowed doubt and dissent. The philosopher's probing questions, which once sparked enlightenment, now seemed to threaten the very fabric of Athenian society. The aroma of incense from nearby temples contrasted with the tension in the air, as Socrates stood accused of undermining the gods themselves. His trial was not merely about his teachings. It was a reflection of a city-state grappling with its identity and survival. Post-war Athens was a shadow of its former glory, its democracy shaken by oligarchic coups and internal strife. The trial became a symbol of the struggle between old and new, as traditionalists clashed with proponents of change. The murmur of the crowd was punctuated by the distant clanging of blacksmiths, a reminder of the city's ongoing battle to redefine itself. This pivotal event unfolded against the backdrop of the Peloponnesian War's aftermath, a devastating conflict that left Athens weakened and exposed. The war, which raged from 431 to 404 BCE, had not only drained the city's resources, but also its spirit. The once mighty Athenian navy lay in ruins, and the scars of siege and famine were still visible. As the citizens gathered for the trial, the memories of Spartan soldiers marching through their streets were fresh, a haunting reminder of their vulnerability. In 404 BCE, Athens suffered a humiliating defeat by Sparta, resulting in political turmoil and a crisis of confidence in democracy. The Spartan victory imposed a harsh oligarchic regime known as the 30 Tyrants, who ruled with an iron fist. Though they were overthrown, the scars of their tyranny lingered, leaving the city in a state of distrust and suspicion. The Acropolis, once a symbol of democratic ideals, now stood as a silent witness to the erosion of those very principles. Amid this turmoil, Athenian leaders sought scapegoats for their failures, and Socrates, with his radical ideas, became an ideal target. His association with former disciples who had betrayed democratic Athens only fueled the flames of resentment. As the sun set over the city, casting long shadows on its marble structures, the decision to prosecute Socrates was both an act of desperation and a bid for control. The aroma of grilled fish from nearby stalls mingled with the scent of fear and uncertainty. Socrates lacked wealth and political power, but his influence among the youth and his disdain for conventional wisdom made him a perceived threat. His gatherings in the Agora, where he engaged young minds with probing questions, were seen as breeding grounds for rebellion. The worn stone benches of the Agora bore witness to his dialogues, as his followers hung on his every word. The soft rustle of papyrus scrolls and the murmur of philosophical debate filled the air, challenging the status quo. His method of questioning, now known as the Socratic method, challenged the status quo and unsettled the established order. By encouraging critical thinking and self-examination, Socrates exposed the ignorance of those who claimed wisdom. The method, simple yet profound, involved asking a series of questions to draw out underlying assumptions and contradictions. The gentle breeze carried the scent of time from the nearby hills, as Socrates dismantled arguments with his characteristic wit and clarity. The trial unfolded in the Agora of Athens, a bustling hub of commerce and debate, now the stage for this historic drama. The Agora, once a place of vibrant exchange, was now charged with tension as citizens gathered to witness the proceedings. The sound of merchants hawking their wares was overshadowed by the solemnity of the trial. The warm Mediterranean sun bore down on the assembly as they awaited the fate of a man who dared to question the very essence of their beliefs. Socrates defended himself with eloquence, refusing to compromise his beliefs even as the jurors narrowly voted for his death. His defense, recorded by his student Plato, was a testament to his unyielding commitment to truth. The jurors, seated on wooden benches, listened as Socrates spoke of virtue and the unexamined life. The tension was palpable, as the heavy air seemed to hold the weight of his words, challenging each listener to confront their own beliefs. Remarkably, Socrates was offered a chance to escape his fate, but he chose to abide by the law, even unto death. His refusal to flee Athens, despite the urging of his friends, was an affirmation of his respect for the rule of law. In the dim light of his prison cell, the philosopher contemplated his fate with a serene acceptance. The chill of the stone walls was a stark contrast to the warmth of his convictions, as he prepared to meet his end with dignity. This decision underscored his unwavering commitment to his principles, a choice that bewildered many of his contemporaries. In a world where self-preservation often trumped ideals, Socrates' choice was both radical and inspiring. The whispers of disbelief echoed through the city, as citizens grappled with the meaning of such steadfastness. The flickering torchlight cast long shadows on the walls, reflecting the internal struggle of a society forced to confront its own values. Socrates' execution was carried out through the drinking of hemlock, a method both painful and deliberate. The poison, derived from the hemlock plant, was known for its slow and agonizing effects. As the cup was handed to him, Socrates remained calm, his demeanor unshaken by the gravity of the moment. The bitter taste of the poison was a sharp contrast to the philosopher's tranquil acceptance of his fate, a final act of defiance against the injustice of his sentence. His followers, including the young Plato, witnessed his final moments, profoundly affected by his steadfast resolve. The room was filled with a heavy silence as the students watched their mentor face death with unparalleled courage. Plato, who would later immortalize Socrates' teachings, felt the weight of the legacy now resting upon his shoulders. The quiet sobs of those present mingled with the chirping of crickets outside as they bore witness to the end of an era. The death of Socrates reverberated across the philosophical landscape, influencing thinkers for generations to come. His martyrdom became a catalyst for the development of Western philosophy, inspiring figures such as Aristotle and later the Stoics and Epicureans. The echoes of his teachings resonated through the marble halls of the Academy, founded by Plato in his honor. The gentle rustling of olive trees whispered the enduring power of his ideas as they spread far beyond the borders of Athens. In the wake of his execution, Athens grappled with regret and introspection, questioning the justice of their decision. The trial and death of Socrates became a mirror reflecting the city's own moral and political failings. The Agora, once filled with lively debate, now felt like a somber reminder of lost ideals. As the sun set over the Acropolis, its silhouette cast a long shadow on the city, symbolizing the profound uncertainty that lingered in the hearts of its people. Plato, inspired by his mentor's martyrdom, dedicated his life to preserving and expanding Socratic thought. He established the Academy in 387 BCE, which became a beacon of philosophical inquiry and education for centuries. The walls of the Academy echoed with discussions on ethics, politics, and metaphysics as students gathered to learn and debate. The scent of fresh parchment and the soft murmur of philosophical discourse filled the air, as Plato worked tirelessly to ensure that Socrates' legacy would endure. The trial of Socrates remains a powerful symbol of the tension between the individual and the state. It highlights the perennial struggle between personal conscience and societal norms, a conflict that continues to resonate in modern times. The Agora, once a stage for this historic confrontation, stands as a testament to the enduring nature of these philosophical questions. The gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze serves as a reminder of the ongoing dialogue between freedom and authority. It raises enduring questions about freedom of expression, the role of the philosopher, and the responsibilities of citizens. Socrates' trial challenges us to consider the balance between dissent and order, between questioning and conformity. The Agora, where these debates once raged, is now a silent witness to the timeless nature of these dilemmas. The distant sound of waves crashing on the Aegean shore echoes the eternal struggle for truth and justice. Socrates' legacy is a testament to the power of ideas and the courage it takes to stand by them. His life and teachings remind us that challenging the status quo is both a privilege and a responsibility. The Agora, where he once questioned the powerful, now stands as a symbol of the enduring impact of his philosophy. The scent of wildflowers carried by the breeze is a gentle reminder of the beauty and fragility of truth. His life and death remind us that truth often comes at a great cost, but it is a pursuit worth defending. Socrates' unwavering commitment to his principles serves as a beacon for those who dare to speak truth to power. The Agora, where he faced his accusers, is a solemn reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of justice. The soft glow of the setting sun highlights the timeless nature of his courage and conviction. In today's world, the story of Socrates challenges us to reflect on our own values and the societies we create. His trial and death urge us to examine the balance between individual rights and collective responsibilities. The ancient Agora, where these questions were first posed, invites us to engage in the ongoing dialogue about freedom and authority. The distant echo of laughter and debate from centuries past serves as a call to action for the present. His execution is not just an ancient story, but a timeless narrative of conviction, courage, and the human condition. Socrates' willingness to die for his beliefs continues to inspire those who seek truth and justice. The Agora, where he once stood, is a testament to the enduring power of ideas and the impact of one man's unwavering commitment to his principles. The gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze serves as a reminder of the eternal struggle for truth and the courage it demands.